Good morning, guys. T from Focus Trades. A little bit of morning prep here before our Wednesday session. So, we got this big face rip and rally here off the bottom for the market. We ran right towards that 50-period simple moving average, which is right up here. Gotten rejected, and we did hold up decently yesterday above the 15 MA, and you can see we're getting a decent bounce here this morning above the 15 SMA. But when it comes to the market, guys, as of right now, I'm of the thought process that we could continue to go lower, potentially down towards 1600. So I'll continue to take upside positions if A-plus opportunities are presented, but at the same time, guys, I want to continue to have protection at all times to the downside. So for me, that comes from SPX call spreads. And with this nice little 1% pop here this morning, those call premiums are going to spike just enough to give me a good opportunity to get in here and get another May expiration SPX call spread. Yesterday, I closed one SPX call spread for just about max profit on the SPX for this Friday's expiration, and I want to get another. So my general rule right now, guys, is to constantly be hedged, right? I'll take breakouts, I'll take squeezes, I'll take swings to the upside, but I'm going to have protection to the downside every single day. One of my rules right now. So we've got the nice bounce here off the 15 MA this morning. If this holds up, right, maybe we can get a good looking bounce. If we end up fading below that 15 MA, fading below today's pre-market lows, I think we could get pretty ugly here. Now, the story of the night, guys, here was Netflix, right? Netflix, huge pre-earnings run last week or so, breaking above this key 390 level and not looking back. And as you guys know, they announced earnings last night. And we're basically going to open up flat, down about 10 bucks. So what's going to happen here today, guys? They were pricing in a $45 move, right? Expected move from the market makers ahead of Netflix earnings here was 45 bucks, meaning they were pricing all of these options based upon an assumption that Netflix was going to go up at least 45 bucks or go down at least 45 bucks. Right now you can see we're down about 10 bucks. So what's going to happen here today, guys? So we go look at, say a Netflix chain. All these crazy ass calls, right? Everyone's placing their bet. You got all this optimism, all this speculation. All these calls, guys, got such crazy ass premium. These things are getting destroyed today, as are these puts over here. So pay attention, guys. This is why holding, earnings trades overnight, it's really a coin flip. Not only does a stock have to be earnings, not only does it have to be a favorable reaction, a reaction in your favor, but then it has to make at least the expected move. So this is a classic example, guys, of a stock getting all pumped up, making a big ass run before earnings. Everybody's jumping in, and then the stock opens up basically flat, and everybody on both sides of the chain is going to get crushed. So if you held positions last night in Netflix, obviously that sucks for you. If you don't have a position in Netflix, guys, there could be some sweet opportunities today. So because of what's going to happen at the open, once we open up, those premiums are going to get killed on both sides. That means those contracts are finally going to come back down to earth. If we take a look here, guys, we got a 4-hour squeeze now, looking like it could fire to the downside, as well as an hourly squeeze that is already firing to the downside. So keep an eye on Netflix this morning, making way less than the expected move as of right now at least. Options on both sides are going to get absolutely destroyed, but we do have a nice consolidation here firing to the downside on the hourly as well as the 4-hour chart. So once this thing opens up, guys, you give it a few minutes, let those premiums come back down to earth, then they're going to get nice and cheap. You could come looking for a potential move here. I do like this 4-hour squeeze, and if the market does begin to roll back over today, I really like this 4-hour squeeze firing to the downside. Another name, guys, I'm looking at here today that I would like to get a position in is TLT. So TLT, really short-term daily squeeze here, right? The Bollinger Bands has started to contract, and as of yesterday, that squeeze is starting to try to fire towards the upside. So what I'm liking here, guys, for TLT is we look at the May expiration put spreads, selling the 165 put, buying the 164.5. You can see as of this morning, it's about a 4-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Certain position sizes, right? You risk 1,000 to make 400. And I like that, guys, because you're selling puts down here at 165. So we got a stock looking like it's going to fire to the upside with a nice momentum shift from the daily squeeze here. You could buy calls, of course. And if it does break out, your calls will gain value. I'm going to sell these puts, guys, right? Sell the puts a good 5-6 points below the current price. If this squeeze does fire, then I'll be looking at a nice profit, as these puts I can short at about $1.62. They'll end up quickly going towards zero. So I do like TLT for a May 15th expiration, 165 plus 164.5 put spread. And then aside from that, guys, not too many other things to talk about here this morning. We do have Amazon in a 4-hour squeeze. Good looking setup based upon how pricey Amazon is right now. Not really one, guys, I'm going to focus on all that much. We also have this morning, guys, right, coming off of 420 here, a triple squeeze in our old friend TLRY. So you got a squeeze here on the daily chart. We got a squeeze here on the 4-hour chart. And we got a squeeze, guys, here on the hourly chart. So if you're looking for potential swing trade opportunities that are, appropriate for smaller accounts, meaning the options are really cheap, we got a triple squeeze here, guys. This means that the momentum at some point soon is going to explode. Whether that be to the downside or the upside, that's to be determined. But say you want to get a swing here in TLRY, right? We'll pull this up over here on Tasty. I would go to May 15th expiration, guys. Give yourself about 20-30 days here and just grab an in-the-money option, right? Grab a 6.5 call, grab a 6 strike call. They're dirt cheap. You're getting that cheap-ass call inside this tight consolidation, right? Nobody's buying TLRY calls right now. The stock is dead in the water, squeezing on 3 different time frames. If you could buy that 6 or 6.5 strike call right now, and before expiration, should this squeeze actually fire to the upside, you're going to have a killer return on your hands, guys, as the stock breaks out with strong momentum, but more importantly, as that implied volatility on the call side should rocket as the stock makes a move out of this quiet little phase right here. So I do like TLRY there, guys, for a good-looking daily 4-hour and hourly squeeze, right? Get a couple cheap contracts, see which way that bitch goes. And now the next one, guys, is Johnson & Johnson here. So they've recently announced earnings. They've gone on a nice pre- and post-earnings run. And we've made a strong move up here towards this previous all-time high of 154.30-ish. And now, guys, this morning, we are in a tight squeeze on that hourly chart, right underneath that breakout level. So it looks like this squeeze is starting to fire to the upside. You got a major breakout level of that previous all-time high right above us. If the market does get pushing, guys, with a nice bounce off the 15 MA today, and you're looking for names, to play quickly, a little bit of momentum to the upside, you could look for this squeeze to fire here. You could look to get an entry in JNJ as it breaks through 153. Then you're just looking, guys, for a move right towards that previous all-time high. And hell, if it's strong enough, maybe it could make a rip through, start moving up towards that top Bollinger Band. Right, to be transparent, this is not a setup that I'm personally going to look at, but Johnson & Johnson can be a good option for those of you guys with smaller accounts looking for little day trades, looking for little scalps, as the contracts really aren't all that expensive. So you got an hourly squeeze in a stock that has very clear momentum to the upside, squeezing underneath a key level of resistance. Not a bad looking setup, guys. All right, guys, last one we got here is Zoom. Now, Focus Trades members, you guys absolutely slapped this beautiful squeeze setup yesterday. So unfortunately, I did not get this setup, but it was good to see a handful of you guys and the girls in the group absolutely killing this thing. So we look at Zoom here, guys, right? And we are kind of chilling under this critical level of 155. You can see 155, dump, rejection, dump, rejection, 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 rejection. So we came into yesterday morning with a beautiful hourly squeeze under a key level of resistance, where the stock has gotten dumped like crazy over the past few weeks here. This was a squeeze yesterday morning, guys. It fired to the downside, and I'm so proud of the guys and girls in the group who jumped into that, got their piece of that move, and then got the hell out of there. So now, guys, right, you can see the squeeze fires to the downside yesterday, so definitely some weakness there. And now heading into today's session, we got a 4-hour squeeze that could go either way, but I'm going to keep an eye on this 4-hour squeeze, guys, and look for this thing to potentially begin to fire to the downside today, especially if the market does roll over. If we can fire to the downside, we got this 139 level right here to fill the gap on the daily chart, and you could get a nice move down towards that 15 MA. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here, guys, but this will be contingent on the market rolling over once again. If we do get some crazy-ass bounce here to the upside in the market off of that 15 MA, probably going to bring Zoom with it. But if the market can fade this morning, give up this pop and roll over, I do like Zoom breaking to the downside, breaking under this gap fill level, looking for a nice short. But that's about it for today, guys. I wish you all the best of luck. I got a bunch of trade reviews and some daily report cards here from the Focus Trades members to take a look at. And if you guys haven't already, you can check us out at focustrades.com. You can follow me on Twitter at FocusTradesT, as well as Instagram at FocusTrades as well. And I wish you guys all the best of luck. If you haven't already, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next morning video.